Hello, Internet. My name is Xavier. It's Xavier at the Movies. Today we're going to talk about Solo, a Star Wars story, starring Alden Ehrenreich as playing Han Solo, Woody Harrelson as Beckett, Emilia Clarke as Kira, Qira. You black girls, I know you know what I'm talking about. I know you probably used that name already, so don't be jealous. A white girl might have this name, but she does it justice if you watch the movie. And Donald Glover is Lando Calrissian. I would say there's a lot going on in this movie. It is a love story in its base, but it is the story of Han Solo, uh, and the way as how we get to find out how he became who he was. Although we didn't get to see all of it because at the beginning you do see hints that he kind of already is the Han Solo we know, and so it was more of a how did he get there is what we're learning at this point in time. So buckle up and let's see what it's all about. Han Solo and how he leaves a horrible planet to try to get the riches that he can get to get a ship so he can rescue his lady, Kira, as we first talked about, and I was picking on black women about. Forgive me, I couldn't help it. But the idea is that this is the beginning of the tale of Han Solo. Although at the beginning you do see hints of Han Solo, but you see further down along the lines near the end we see more of the Han Solo that we're used to in the movies, but not quite. And along the lines, it told a story of the Kessel Run. It told a story of how he got the Millennium Falcon, and in the mix of all that, you see also a whole bunch of characters and ideas that can be brought together into a strong story. If you care about Han Solo, it means a lot. I liked about the movie. The movie was very fun. It was fast paced. A lot of action. It explained some stories that you didn't really expect to see. It added characters that you didn't know you was going to see, and actors that guest starred in that you didn't know was going to be in there. A lot of cameos. I also really enjoyed the fight scenes. They were great. The CG was amazing. And overall, it was a good time. You had a droid there, L337, Elite. Elite. She was an entertaining droid, and I think that's the thing that comes up in every one of the new Star Wars side stories and backstories, is that there's always an entertaining droid and a model that you probably would never ever see in another series, and they always are the show stealers, and it was great. The other thing I love is Lando Calrissian. Now there was some issues because people were really upset because they said he was being pansexual. It's not really a huge deal, but you do expect, since he was originally played by Billy D. Williams, that he's probably gonna be this like awesome player guy who's gonna be like drinking Colt 45 and have a whole bunch of women around. But the idea that he'll be a pansexual, I guess I'd go with that. But you'll see when you watch the movie that he loves everybody. But I never got the idea. But maybe because it was Billy D. Williams playing the original, and that dude just oozes with personality and gusto that all was there, but it wasn't as strong as you would expect it from. But overall, he did a great job playing Lando. So what I didn't like about the movie, one thing I would say I didn't like about the movie, that it felt inconsequential. It felt like it wasn't really needed, and the fact that the build up for a movie that you weren't confident enough, fully confident enough that you would really want to go that far. Spoiler alert: they're building up for a sequel. So you didn't really expect them to really build up for a sequel, but apparently they are going to do that. That's their idea. That's their plan, and they're hoping for another movie on this because they're giving you a story that builds up to other movies. So even you think that it's going to Like if it's gonna pull a previous movie, like was it the Rogue One, a Star Wars story? No, it's not gonna go down that route where it ends at the cantina like you expected. I expected it in that cantina. It didn't. No, you give me like you open up a thread for another movie for me, and I didn't expect that. So I guess there's a whole lot more to Han Solo's story that they want us to see than we originally expected. It's not a bad thing, but I just didn't fully expect it. Another issue I had was the Kessel Run. The Kessel Run made sense, sorta. Um, but the 12 parsecs thing, you're still doubling down the idea that a parsec is a unit of time and not a unit of distance. And scientifically, it doesn't make any sense still. But they double down on it. So in the realm of Star Wars, apparently, it wasn't no joke or anything like that. No, the parsec is a unit of time, not a unit of distance. Still throws me off. Still not happy about that. I thought they're going to explain that as a type of joke or something. And I was hoping to see more characters from the other movies too. I guess because it seems so close to where the original trilogy would go that you think you'll start seeing more characters from there. But I also guess that there had to be more openness. I don't want to go over everything, but we do know that Han does have a head on his head, and they still haven't really explained that. So, I don't rate this film. For a Star Wars film, it's pretty good. It's not the greatest thing out there. It's not the best movie. If you want to watch a better movie, you probably would want to watch Deadpool 2. Or just wait for the next, legit Star Wars film in order. But as of right now, it wasn't a bad film. It wasn't a great film, and it was just something to watch. It's a movie that you expected more from, but you didn't really get it. It's a story where you didn't really expect to see a love story out this and all this, and you didn't expect to see like an organization, a group here and there, and you didn't expect. There's so many things in the movie that you didn't fully expect to see. That it doesn't hurt it, but it didn't quite help it either. Like I said, it made everything feel inconsequential. Just because you know how things were up to, you have an idea how things were up to Cantina Scene. You got everything you needed from Han Solo. You have every understanding you want from Han Solo from 4 through 6. So, outside of that, how much more did you need to know other than the most important things, the Kessel Run and how he got the Millennium Falcon? Beyond that, you don't really care. You got a whole bunch of characters that you didn't expect to live only because you didn't see them in 4 through 6. And just like Rogue One, if there's a character that doesn't seem to exist in the movie trilogies, they're not gonna make it. So sad to say, you really expect anyone else to make it other than Han, Chewie, and Lando? You could throw 10 million people in that movie, but you don't really expect them to come up because they didn't exist. So you expect them to die. You know they're going to die. And since you're opening for a sequel, they don't die in the rinse, they die in the wash. And that's the problem I have. You know what's going to happen in a way because you know who's going to die. So that's my problem. So, not a good movie, not a bad movie. It's alright. Yeah, enjoy. It's Star Wars. Well, that's my review. Until next time, I'm Xavier. Now, watch the movies.